Now, what do you do with the electronics that you bought years ago that have, as TK pointed out, become obsolete because all kinds of new stuff has come out? You throw it in the drawer, you throw it in the trash, or whatever you do with it, pass it along to the kids, whatever. They actually have more advanced ones than I have. But what do you do with all this electronics? Well, that's what I want to get into with our next guest, Ryan Rubel, and I'm going to walk over to where he is and talk a little bit about it.
Hi there.
Ryan, welcome to the program.
Yeah, thank you for
Nice.
having me.
I'm glad you're here.
Definitely.
So this is a common problem.
Yes,
People
it is.
get phone after phone after phone, tablet after tablet, computer after computer, television after television for that matter.
Yeah.
And you can only give away so many to whatever charity you love before you get a box like this.
That's
and
right.
you've brought a box. Can we hone in on this? There's a box. I don't even know whether we can lift it or look into it, maybe from that camera. And amazing box, and I recognize all these phones. I think I had one of these at one point in time.
most of us
Every
did,
one
yeah.
of these. What do you do with all this stuff?
Well, you know, most Americans go through phones about 12 to 18 months. They go through different phones. I mean, there's different ways you can get rid of them, whether it's donating to a charity or buyback programs or just in general recycling through just different avenues.
Now talk about where that is. Oh, and I see a really old one. Boy, I remember this
It's
back
a
in
good old Zach Morris
back in
phone.
the 80s here.
Yeah.
This is amazing. All right, so I had one in the car back in the 70s with a big box in the trunk.
We have a few of those at the office.
Oh, that mic isn't working. Let's try this mic. So, so what do? You're sitting back there now watching this segment, and you're
Right.
saying, "Gosh, I've got a dozen of these in the drawer."
Yeah, everyone has a few in the drawers. The easiest way is, like for our company, SecondWave, you go to our website and you basically print out a label, or we have envelopes, you toss the phone in, it gets back to us, and any other recycler who's reputable, we make sure we follow EPA standards, recycle it properly, or refurbish and resell it.
Now, when you say recycle, does that mean the components come out, or what does it mean in terms of recycling? What's used again?
Yeah, exactly. What happens is it goes through a shredder, and it breaks up the parts, whether it's plastics, the gold, the silver, and whatnot, and that gets separated.
Gold and silver.
Yes, there's there's gold and silver in
You know
phones.
more about my phone than I do. There's gold and silver in my phone?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, even with the SIM cards out
Okay.
of phones, yeah, it's a trace amount of gold in them. It gets separated, and then it just gets repurposed back into the marketplace.
Now, when you go to use the phone again, is it possible then obviously you'd want to drain all the information out that's
Right.
in there,
Yeah,
and then it goes out into the marketplace again? What, here or in another country?
keep it within the United States. So what we tell people when they give their phone, whether it's a buyback, donate, whatever else, we tell them to erase the data, which is really critical. Most companies do, if they're following the EPA standards as well as certain certifications, they guarantee that all the data will be wiped off prior to being resold or recycled, and then it's resold within the United States. And then as far as all the recycled phones, we keep it here within the United States as well.
This must be a peak time for you because I can just imagine how many people got new electronic stuff
Yep.
for the holidays.
Right.
And now they're saying, oh, okay, I don't need this old stuff. And so
Yeah.
what do I do with it? Do they go to your website? How do they handle
Yeah,
this?
yeah. So basically, go to our website. We support a
What is the
ton-
website? Have we got this on the screen?
SecondWaveRecycling.com.
Okay.
Yeah, so you go to our website. We support a ton of great charities out there. It's a great way to give back without taking out the checkbook and writing a check to a charity. Everyone has an extra phone out there. You just give it out. Send it to us, and we take care of the rest.
Now, when I send it to you, do I get a receipt so I can use it on my tax form? How does that work?
Yeah, we send you a donation acknowledgement,
Okay.
and then we just pretty much tell the donors to talk to their tax advisors about how to write that off on their
Okay.
taxes.
So you get to so it's a donation. So you make this donation of, say, a phone or a
Right.
tablet or whatever it is, and you get and you guys take it then, and then do you decide whether it's good enough to be sold again as a phone or just recycled?
Right, right. We try and keep things, keep it back in the system. A lot of the phones are so old that they have to be recycled. I mean, they're just so antiquated that the technology is not there anymore, and so it has to be shredded and put back into the system. And
You'd be surprised how many older people would like to have more simple phones.
well, you know what? You're absolutely correct. One of our best sellers are these simple flip phones.
Exactly.
It really is. It's simple. It doesn't have a data plan. It's really easy to use. So yeah, definitely we sell a lot of those.
There's a different market. You know, you're not talking
There
about the
is.
12-year-olds who want everything,
Yeah.
who want movies on there.
Yeah, that's
You know,
right.
grandma just wants to call the kids.
Yeah.
You know?
Our mom just converted from a flip phone to a regular iPhone.
So there you go.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, in terms of then you take, what charities are benefiting? You get all this stuff and,
Right.
you go ahead and recycle it or put it back into commerce.
Right.
Then who gets the money?
Yeah, so basically we work with a bunch of different charities, whether it's local or or nationally, like DoSomething.org, or locally with like Rady Children's Hospital, the USO. Mission Trails is a new one that we just signed up and we're working with. So basically what we do is we give them a portion of the proceeds, which is usually on average about $2 to $3 per phone.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
So,
it definitely is.
Now, so as you get these parts, though, say you're talking about the recycling part of it again, the gold and silver, there's plastic, there's
Right.
you know, metal of some kind out there. It all gets separated out. Where does it go then?
It basically gets, pretty much there's buyers out there that are basically buying, lots of gold, lots of, silver or whatever else. And so they'll buy those and they'll just repurpose it, whether they'll melt it back into its original form like gold, and then they'll resell it and make whatever else into that, or even the plastics, or even the batteries. The batteries are recycled and they're basically repurposed back into batteries again.
I'm just looking again at this pile and some of my favorite oldies but goodies here. I remember these Blackberries when this was the hottest possible
That's
thing
right.
you could own.
Yep.
I mean, how long ago was that? It was, I don't know, 15 years ago.
Yeah, definitely. We have a ton of Blackberries coming in.
Because now BlackBerry's been totally superseded. I mean,
Yeah,
that company's
definitely,
really
yeah.
going into the.
Yep. Yeah, Apple and Samsung are definitely the dominant players out
Somebody
there.
somebody had a custom view of this one. That's a pretty amazing, pretty amazing heart on there. Are you getting this? This is great. So what do you do with this one? I mean, you can't put this one back into.
Right. Yeah, usually something like this would be recycled. I mean, we would, see if it actually does work, see if, there is any value for it in the resale market.
Yeah.
But most of the time, something like that's so old that it's just worth scrap prices.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
Boy, and I'll tell you, people do keep them a long time. I mean, some of these I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, they're definitely, yeah.
There's a Nokia.
Yeah, exactly. And it's sad because there's about 135 million phones a year that are disposed of.
Yeah.
So something like that, someone just throw it away in the garbage, and only 12% of that's recycled.
So a lot of it's going into the landfill.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
shouldn't.
No, it definitely shouldn't. 70% of the toxic waste in the landfills are caused from e-waste in general, not just
that's
cell
terrible.
phones, but e-waste. Yeah.
All right, so we put your website back up, Ryan. Thanks
Right
for
there.
coming in. I
Thank you very
appreciate
much,
it
Roger. Yeah, I appreciate it.